Hello and welcome, my name is Nilaus and this is episode 21 of our Let's Play campaign of Factorio. So the last couple of episodes we have been working on the start of the new base, but I cannot keep expanding this for a couple of reasons. First of all, there's a ton of water for some reason, but that's a different matter. The other problem is the amount of biters. So let's take a look at this. This area here is where we allocate the chain gunners. Basically what happens here is that it checks, do we have any pink ones? If yes, go kill them. Just go to that location. If we do not have any pink ones, see if this type of quantity of type signal, there are no pink crosses. Go here, find the location of this resting area. Yes, and send the vehicle there. And then this one is just iterating through. So I want to make this one more advanced, and then I want to put it up here. And I want to do a range scanner so that it will automatically deploy. What I want to add to this one is actually a resupply. So let's build it up here because we have a bit of room up here and we have the docks of war at this location. So first let's repair them here. Great. So let's see if we can build this. We are going to need some different things. Like, first of all, I'm going to take this out, because I can't have two of them running at the same time. I think this one must be 13, right? Yeah, it's 13. So we're going to use 13 to start with. I'm going to build something along the lines of this. We are also definitely going to need a hell of a lot more of these. This is where we start. I actually have a tendency to prefer having these wooden poles because they have a nice line, a nice shape and size here that fits much better than the bigger power poles. So I'm actually, despite that, all of that, actually wanting there. Okay, so this one will be, what do we got? We have ID for chain gunner number 13. And we're just gonna, oops, actually that's not the case. I want actually just have it to say T equals 13 because I'm gonna iterate over T. So I'm gonna have an output of T and then we'll take it from there. Let's build more power poles. Yes, great. Might not need that many of these. No, just now so I can get started. Okay, what do we have? Aluminium processing. From here, up here. Do we have some power poles now? Yes, we do. All right, let's build this little thing here. It seems a bit silly that I prefer to use the old power poles, but it gives me a structure that I kind of like. And then we'll put some, oops. Right, definitely enough light to keep us here. That one will come from here. Good. The very first thing we need to do is having a zone scanner. So we're gonna have a zone scanner here. This one will scan. In this case, I'm going to, let's see. Well, the other one was now plugged in or removed. So I can't say. Now let me think about this. I want to make sure that I use something that hasn't been used before, and a pink one is. So what if we use a pink plus? That's how we denote the aliens at this point. Great. So right now we have none. And if we then make pink plus, now we have some here. I have 6 of them, fits, it's okay. Now this needs to go into a selector of some kind. So that's going to have some 2 conditions. One condition here where it says yes, it has some, and then it'll go. And then one condition here where it says it does not have any. This one will be type of signal. That one is greater than 0. And then I'll input the X and Y coordinates that I have. That's just everything. Let's plug this in. And this one will be somewhat the same. When it's equal to 0, then I'll just make an indication instead. I'll put a flag here. So now we have the situation here. This one is saying type of signal is 6, so it's greater than 0, it means it's not there. And if I flag it, it moves up to this area. Great. Then the next part I want to do is actually, in this case, it's going to be straightforward. I'm going to have something here. Just copy from down here, those X and Y coordinates somewhere. there, X's, and the Y's there. Those are needed. I'm also going to have some lights. Oops. Right here, because I think I'll need some space. So that will just go into the coordinates, just basically say, hey, if there is one, just go for number one. The other one I want to know is actually coming from this t equals 1. I'm going to find out what the content of the chain gunner is. So I'm going to take the signal here, t signal input. I'm going to +1 or +0, and then output it as a chain gunner ID. I'm going to do it almost the same for this one, except I'm going to do it for a parking lot ID. So that I think I use the up arrow as parking lots. That's up arrows for these and these ones. Let's see. Oops. See what's underneath these. Oh, that's just incorrect. Okay, I'm going to use down arrows then. And that would actually involve... This is impractical. Okay, this will be down arrow. Think down arrow. That's where we park. And in order for me to get started, I need to have this actually result in number 13. So I need some here, down arrows. These are corresponding to there, those 12. Ignore that. That means that the next one I place where I actually want it parked, such as, for example, I have the Dogs of War 2 here. I'll mark that up here. Grinding, polishing, grinding stones, whatever. I love this shooting part from the nanobots. And now that I use the nanobots, I don't think they're as imbalanced as I thought before. Why do I not have enough of... I'm just gonna go down and get some more of the stone bricks. Come on, run faster. There. Then I'm going to do more down arrows. I don't like this way of positioning it where it's actually just set aside. I'd much rather have them have an ID for each themselves. Like this number 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yep, there we go. That's Dogs of War 2. So at this point, this will now come from this location here. You're coming here, going up into this one and into that one. So they now have input and output. And that output from here gets in there. So now we know what the content of this vehicle is. It's nothing. It doesn't have any power. It doesn't have anything. So let's start by looking at that. I'm going to need more space, I think. Because that's going to take this lane. This lane will be when it needs refueling. So let's start looking at a refueling station, because that's also going to be interesting. The refueling station will be one of these locations. And I think you need at least some power. You don't need some weapons. That will come later. Now I'm going to use this vehicle depot as a refueling station. So I put it down here. It needs to be close, but not too close. This one will contain lots of these things. And it will then say, hey, whatever much I have, I just want to give it away. Just give it away. And the same with the ammunition. Just give it away. There. So that means now that if anyone comes in and if they have a positive requirement, they will then grab it. However, what I also need is actually to mark this location with a zone so I can actually allocate to it. I think I'd like to use this one, but I can't. Because that's already being used down here. And this is just incorrect. No, go away. I will use instead that signal. Try to mark it in the middle. I should have one of these. So that's marked 1. That will be the refueling station for all of them. Now, I need to have 3 conditions, 1, 2, 3, that can go wrong. I mean, one is, do I have less than 50 ammo? Less than 50 ammo? If so, mark it red. That means you need to go to the refueling. The other one is, what if the coal is less than, let's say, 100? It's also a good occasion for going to. And the last one is actually the one I can't do anything about now, is health less than, how much health they have? They have 400, so let's say less than 300 health. So either of those conditions, I'm just going to wire them up here. From here into those 3, you can now see that one is red. It doesn't have any ammo, but it has enough coal and it has enough health. So these 3, I need to move into another little thing that says, if any of the red ones are there, any of the red ones, I want you to go to that location. What did we mark it with? What did we mark that with? It was it the round one? I think it was. We'll figure it out. So if I just put this one, this point, if I put it in here, then no matter, then it will actually ignore this condition. So I have to wrap this part that always checks the content of the vehicle. I have to wrap that up into this one, because let's see, if I do this, I know what's wrong. It was the full marker. There we go, that one. Then it doesn't matter if there are 0 or many. For example, I mark some process here. This one is now, nope. Where did I mark those crosses? I didn't. Pluses, yeah, there. So now this one would say, hey, you don't need to go there and kill it. But on the other hand, this is still active. So I have to make sure that this one is only active if the yellow light is on. That I do by having another here that basically says, if the yellow, yes, okay. Electric poles 2, what the hell is that? Oh, brass and tinned wire. Yeah, that's not going to happen anytime soon. So if the yellow is on, I will take everything that comes in, which means this one. So now it has a signal inbound. It has that one because one of these is red. That means I feed in this square. But this one is positive. That means this is not, the yellow light is not on, but it actually goes this path. I think I actually want to do that. Okay. So I want to mark those lights. This one will be when this indicator is greater, and these 2 are as they are. Up here, I want this one. One will be when that is greater, because this will only be fed through when yellow light is on. Okay, so let's check that it's working. I remove all of these. That's not a remove. This is a remove. Where did all the music go? This one is fed in here. Now we need the other condition. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna wrap this one up, because now we have an output signal and we can put it into our zoner, and we get an X and a Y coordinate. Love it. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like the fact that they are. Sorry, it just has to be somewhat aesthetic. There. I want to make sure that this aligns towards here. What I know is always going to happen when I do this, I'll make some silly mistakes, like this one is not hooked up yet. I'll be hooked up to that one. Gets the input, feeds in the input. This one is now, hold on, there's something wrong, right? What was it again? There, that's always the problem. There, goes in, I get an X and a Y coordinate out. These ones are empty. Brilliant. Why is that one not lighting up? Because it is there. So now we need this third condition. This will be somewhat the same as this. Because this third condition is actually just saying, hey, everything is fine. For example, you are above 299. You are above 99. And you're above 49. Then I should mark it as green because that means everything is fine and dandy and you just go to the parking lot. There. That of course needs to be fed in here. So that is not green. This is the green. This is the green. So it's only when all three. So this one is saying just basically if any of them are red, go there. But this one has to be the other case where it says all three must be green. And I'll put that here because I'm also going to have a zone scanner, I believe. No, that's going to be different. So this one says when all three are green, what is it then we want? What is it we want? We want to take, at this point, I want this signal in. Because, hey, if everything is green, just feed that in. And then we take everything we have. Okay. This one has the input of the zone that I need to go to, but not anything else. So what if this one also had here? No, not working. Green, green, green. This one says when it, this one doesn't even have any input. Oh, well, that's kind of necessary. There we go. So now this one is triggering and that, but again, the same issue as this one, it is not looking at whether there are 0 enemies. So I'm going to take this one that has a red one out. That actually has to go into the next sorter as well, which is probably going to be exactly the same as this one. Can I use the same? No, I can't use the same because then I'll leech this signal as well. So I'm going to take it from here, but then use a different wire. Will it be okay if I cross this one? Now that gets fed in here. Okay, so the yellow one goes here. The yellow gets fed into the next. That should be okay. So first we check, are they all green? Yes. And then are they all yellow? Yes. If they are, then where the hell is it actually located? And I have a zone ID, so that should work. I also now need to put a little light so I can see which one is on. Green one. Which ones should this be? Should be the down arrow, the parking lot. Is the parking lot active? Yes, it is. Because that won't be active unless that works. There we go. And then some X and Y coordinates. And those are important to hook up. So now these two have outputs. These do not have outputs. These do not have outputs. That looks fine. And the last part we need, apparently this was not even big enough. It gets pretty big, but I do prefer not congesting it too much. If I congest it too much, then it becomes hard to follow and also hard to copy. So I'm keeping this as open, as spread out. There's a lane here that says this is if there are enemies. This is if you need repairs, and this is just parking lot. And at this point, I'll connect all of these, but I need to connect them to one more thing, and that is actually the vehicle. I need to wrap the vehicle over here. So the vehicle, it's okay if I wrap in the vehicle, just use the same green wire, I think, right? This one will now also carry a vehicle, which one will also carry a vehicle, but the vehicle is not being used for anything, and it filters out here. So now on this wire, I can combine this. Good. So now I get all the information on the green. Coordinates will not harm anything. This one is the only thing. There might actually be a problem. No, because the green, I mean, I just have to be really careful because the green wire is now carrying a lot of signals. And I need to make sure that some of them do not go in and contaminate. For example, in this case, the zone ID must stay up here. That means if there's a different case, such as this one, oops, this one doesn't have this. What is it? See, this is the problem. This is the problem. It is now still feeding. Or is it? No, it's actually great. This works because even though this one contains the parking lot, the 13 down arrow, then it comes on this green wire that goes from here and that goes to an output, but it doesn't continue into this input. Means that what goes in here is only the correct signal, the actual loading location. And that means that all we need to do now is hook it up. Let's do that. How is there like a sound from robots coming? Oh, that's because this is a roboport. This is the repurposed roboport. You can also see these indicators. That's why it made robot sounds. So that should work. Hey, where's my car? Oh crap, where is it? I don't know. Let's look at the coordinates where it's been sent to. 220 plus minus 233. Do we have anyone driving somewhere? That's strange. It's no longer there, that's for sure. And it's not one of these two, right? No, they are the ones that belong there. Yeah, maybe I should have paid attention to where you're going. That is just a normal hauler, right? No, you're going chain gunner. Oh, it looks like I have used that somewhere else. Okay. Right, I've used that signal. There, I used that signal. Okay, so I'm going to use the round signal then. Because that's going to disappear. I'm going to take that down. Well, go away. Up here, there, the round one, in. And that means this one just needs to be corrected to a round. You now see, yes, this is number 13. It's moving. The last thing I need to do is actually just add the iterator on top. So you are moving up here to refuel. It might not work, and let's just check this out. This is a unit data scanner and a unit data set. So what did it get? See, it got the fuel because let's see what actually it has. This is, it depends on what it's denoting it wants to pick up. Here, let's go with 13. Yes, more research. Vehicle shields. No, that seems really silly. Okay, so what do we have? This is only picking up. Oh, that doesn't seem right. I'll put it in here. Mark these out. So I want 50, and then I also want 50 ammo. I think I actually want 20. It'll do that in chunks. Let's take a look at it. Is it doing it? Oh, of course, this is just what I wanted to have. Then I'll also hook it up to this one, and that means it's now being set. And you can see here, it fills up. It fills up, and once it's full, it goes back. This is cool. I'm gonna have to do this for all of them. And this actually should be done in a vehicle deployer. So let's actually use the vehicle deployer for this exact purpose. Let's use the vehicle deployer for this purpose. It needs to be hooked up to some. Yeah. And this part here. Copy, paste. There. And if I now take one of these old ones, what happens when I take this one out? That one would change location, change ID. I'm going to pick all of these up. There. And then I'll put them in here. They are running out. Can I just put a small little chest? I can. Oops. Tiny chest. Seems really strange to have a chest full of cars, but okay. And you? Why can I not put anything in? There. This is vehicle ID, I suppose 2 maybe? That also means, okay, I'm not gonna do something like silly maybe? I don't know. It would be nice if they actually automatically went into that. Oh, that's cool. That is actually so cool if that would work. So the vehicle deploys directly into this. I think that's a good idea. And I will then put my little chest here. And my little inserter. And then put all of these in here. Oh, they're not charged. Oh, actually, hold on. This one needs, how was it? What did I want from it? I wanted this one up here. This one needs to go. And that goes back in. You as well. Let's see this one. If it gets the right signal, once it goes in there, it refuels automatically. That would be nice. Come on, refuel. It refuels. Awesome. And this will now be ID number 1. Which means, yeah, I'm gonna go a bit over time. I'm sorry about that, but I think it's really important if I can wrap this one up in a good way. Now I need to remove this thing and instead put in this iterator. I'm actually gonna have to iterate all the way up. Actually, I don't think I need all of this, do I? No, I don't. Go away. Because I just need this one. This one will go to 12. Well, it's going to go twice as high now. Or maybe it isn't. Whoops, I forgot to get this one. Okay, this one will take t divided by, what is it, 15? I'll try that. So it's going to get shorter commands. This one will be only 360. That goes to both here. And this one, we'll just add 1 because it's indexed by 0. I don't like index 0. There. Now we just have a T signal that increments. I'm going to add, I'm gonna have to check these out and actually take these out as well because of the sequence. Actually I shouldn't have, but whatever. That's a down signal. That's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 12. And I'm gonna go up here because this is also important. I want to get this completely up and running, and while I do this, I really should be building more of them. Why can't I build more? Oh, I need to. I'm gonna way over. I don't like going over time. There. And then let's continue on this one. There's a tiny bit of work left. We'll also just build a little factory for these next to it. Okay, now you. This is vehicle ID 1. Let's have a look. Okay, it's not hooked up yet. This one will just iterate all the way through. I think I will just have a smart display hooked up to it so I know which one it's at a given moment. This one will be a red wire, goes to this one. This one will be just following the T. It's not fast enough. It doesn't update fast enough, does it? No, that's okay. No, it's not. I really wanted to be able to update fast enough here. Is it counting? Yes, now it's counting. Great. And what do we have here? We are feeding this one in 9, 10. None of them are positive. Why are none of them? Oh, it's because they don't exist. There, that's one. Did it get a signal? Oh yes, they're going out. And then they're waiting for the next signal. And then they go on their parking lot. That is so cool. The next one comes out. It's stuck. Yeah, that's what you need a vehicle deployer to. And that goes exactly into the vehicle depot. So what if this one suddenly did not have any? Let's see how that would react next time it iterates across. It's number 15. Of course, I mean, we don't have number 15 yet. What? It went to number 2? Did it go to number 1? I just didn't see that it went to number 1. Let's see. 4, 1. Okay. But where's the 1? The 1 didn't. Okay, look at the lower number. 24. I can't see if that's just an output signal. I need to check the next time it goes around whether it's an input or an output. Okay, it says output. There's no input, and therefore the output is that. I like this so much, except for the fact that I don't have enough of all of this junk. There. You're refueling. The reason why I take 20, that means every refueling cycle, that's what it takes. And there we go. So I can actually, at this point, I can just keep this up. And they will then be coded correctly. They'll be refueled. And they'll go up here. And if this one suddenly finds out that it doesn't have enough coal, and let's see what that, now this one, oh damn, this one doesn't have enough fuel. See this shift up, and they get their commands. I like it so much. The problem is that when something happens, it's going to be everyone that goes out, right? I mean, everyone is racing to the finish if I decide that I'm now going to go out to this location. Let's see. See, now they start moving out. All of them start moving to this location. And this one will also, as soon as they deploy, they'll send there. And then we remove it. And then we see how they revert back to their original locations. Of course, they're going to be a bit derpy. I'm quite proud of this. This is very nice setup. And I'm going to take this part, actually one part that only iterates from 13 to 24, move it up here along with vehicle deployers and everything. And that will just put up a randomizer so that it clears out the area around here. That's good. This is just a small lake and not a huge in sea. Good, let's wrap it up here. We've gone over time enough, but I think this was a really beneficial one. Thank you very much for joining, and I'll see you next time. Bye.